everybody, this is Crafting and Cruising with the substitute crafter here tonight, Rodney. Trying to hang up my phone here so that Lisa's not talking to me anywhere. She was just getting me all set up. Well, I'm here in the motorhome. Lisa's in Arizona, but I felt like it'd probably be a good idea to do a little crafting. So I've got a little project. Let me get this turned off here. There we're getting all set up. All right. Everybody, when you get on, welcome. This is Crafting and Cruising. Most of y'all that jump on will probably know who we are. We've the name comes, we like to cruise around and do some crafting while we're on the road. Right now, Lisa's been doing crafting out of Arizona, and I'm stuck here in cold Tennessee, so I've got to just do the best I can. Hello, Barbara, how you doing? And Teresa, welcome. I've got a little vase here. I'll tip it down if we can see it better in a few minutes. But when I thought about doing this out of town a few weeks ago, and I took it with me to Florida, but never got around to doing it. So I thought it'd be a good time to decorate this vase up a little bit. Carol Stinson, welcome, young lady. Lisa's saying, hey, y'all. So she's doing some comments. She won't be able to do a lot of them, but she's going to do a few comments while we're going here. Lisa doesn't know it, but I rearranged the motorhome while she was gone, so she may recognize a little difference. But I needed a little more elbow room, you know, where I could spread out a little bit. And excuse my voice, it's kind of gravelly for some reason. It's been getting that way late in the evenings, but it's starting sooner, so maybe it's definitely not pollen as cold as it is here. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started here in a few minutes. I've sketched up a little pattern here. Let me hold it up there for all to see. Wrinkly because it came back in my suitcase and got watered up a few times. But this is what my plan is. Got this nice little vase, and it was ugly. It was kind of an off yellow and had some different stuff on it. Probably a Goodwill thing for about $3. But I thought the style of it was good. It just needs some different colors. So what I decided to do, and it's going to be challenging because I'm a little sloppy with making checks and small designs, but I'll try to do my best on it. But I'm going to try to make, on these ridges that come down here, I'm going to put the harlequin shapes, the diamond shaped prints that come down, but because it's big here and small, I'm going to try to make bigger at the top, getting smaller as they go down. Then when I get to these round places right here, I'm going to put a diamond shape in them too, the harlequin print, but it's going to be a little odd because if I put it right down the ridge and make the corners come out perpendicular, then it's not going to match up perfectly with the one next to it. So I'm going to do like a slanted diamond so that all the points in the middle will meet in the bottom of the little valleys there. And then we'll paint some of these rings, and then the rope around the bottom, we'll put a little paint on that, make it pretty. It says, when is our beautiful Lisa going to be home? Lisa's going to be home tomorrow evening. I'm going to pick her up at the airport, and it'd be good to have her back in Tennessee. Let's see what other comments we got there. Anybody, does anybody that's on here just jump on, tell us where you're from, if it's somebody we don't already know where you are, or if you're cruising around like we do a lot, let us know where you are this week. My schedule is going to be, or Lisa I think is, in 2 weeks is when she's going to Kentucky to do some crafting. I've got a few jobs around the country that for next week, and then I'm going to be going to Canada either next week or the week after that to do some work up there. So I'll be moving around quite a bit. I don't know if Lisa's going to go with me on those or not, but she might. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get going. It's going to be kind of interesting at first because I've never painted like this and I've never sketched quite like this, so we'll have to learn this together. So if y'all have any suggestions as we go, put them up there and I'll try to look up pretty. Freezing so badly here, I may have to watch the replay. Well, I'm sorry about that. Looks like I've got pretty good reception, so I don't know what's going on with that. Got both of my internets turned on. Is anybody else having freezing issues? Hello, Shirley Beckett. How you doing? But anyway, so like I said earlier, since these little grooves down here are smaller than they are at the top, I think I'm going to want smaller diamonds down here than I have at the top. So what I've got in mind is to make them, they're about 1 1/8 long here, go up to about 1 1/4 and 1 1/2 inches, and then maybe 1 3/4 up here. But I'm not going to measure anything. We're just going to eyeball it. So I made me a little mark. You can look closely. See, I made a mark here, and a mark here. They're getting a little bit higher as we go up. So I'm going to go, I made me a little cardboard gauge to put on there. So let's tip it down here where you can see. And you can, let's see. That's not bad. Anyway, see a little mark right here, and here, and here. That's my beginning point. So I made me a little cardboard gauge. I took a paper towel roll, because I was about out of paper towels, and I cut me a piece out of it. And you don't always have to measure. Sometimes you decide where you want things to go, but if you want them all to be very similar, you have to, sometimes it's good to make a little gauge. So I made one here that you can kind of hook on where it should be. Move over here to this one, and the marks can be where the points of these things are going to be, or down in the valley. So we'll have to start out by making a mark here. Here. Move it over and make me a little mark there. Cardboard's really handy for this. Mark here. Don't need to measure. Could have just eyeballed the whole thing. I hear a bunch of dogs barking. Last night they were barking all over the place, and we've got heard some honking noises like it was wild geese or something flying over, but it turns out it was, I sent the brother who knows a lot about birds and stuff, and he said they were, I have to look it up, some other kind of geese or birds, not our regular geese, but they were flying around in circles like they were lost. Just kind of unfortunate. Anyway, like I said, when I got this, it was kind of an ugly yellow. So the first thing I did was painted a coat of, oops, just reconnected. Everybody's still there. Yep. I don't know why it disconnected on me. Hopefully my camera battery will hold up. I've got it on the charger, but sometimes it's a little finicky. Anyway, these, trying to reconnect. I'm losing connection on my end. That may be what the whole problem is. I don't see why we'd be having a, trying to reconnect. Let me work on this just a minute. Well, this might be one of those lives that doesn't work very well. For one thing, my charger's not working, but that shouldn't make it. Yep, it's totally frozen. Yep, that'd be a good movie. Let me see if there's anything I can do on this end. I bet